So starting the test drive in this Tacoma, the iForce Max in these is such a powerful engine. But what really makes it feel more powerful than it is the blow-off valve sound you get here. It's just a really aggressive, like tuned sound. This doesn't feel stock when you're driving it down the road. And that's one of the things I like about it. Now this one does have the upgraded 14-inch screen here. Love having that, and I think for the money it's worth just paying that price to get it upgraded instead of having to go up to an off-road premium or something like that. But I do like the power seat option better than this manual seat here, because it's really hard to get it where you want it to be. It's 6-way adjustable, so you can pump the seat up or down, but still it's a tight squeeze in here. So I want to be able to get my perfect seating position so I have just enough space for me up here and I can fit whatever I need to behind the seat. And with the manual seat, I just feel like you don't get that that benefit. Now, I've said this before, the Tacoma to me is one of the bounciest, stiffest suspensions. I think it is the bounciest, stiffest suspension in this class. Now, I know I'm in a TRD off-road, but even the SR5s, the Limiteds, they just feel a bit bouncier to me. Now, obviously, that kind of comes into play more when you have a 6-way fabric manual seat, but I mean, it's not necessarily bothersome, but it's something that you could certainly feel. If you're testing out a Colorado and you get in one of these, you're gonna think, wow, this thing is pretty bouncy. But the platform and, you know, everything that kind of comes with it makes it probably the most off-road capable in general. You know, you got to give and take. But for this to be an off-road, this price point, it's not cheap. And me personally, I would probably rather just go with a base SR with 4-wheel drive if possible, or even an SR5, so I can get the shift knob if possible, and then just get all this other stuff aftermarket. Because the wheels and the stance and all of that, I'd rather do myself anyway. And I think paying almost another 15, 20 grand is just not worth my time. Now, it could be off. If an SR5 or an SR with 4-wheel drive is 42, 43, then yeah, it might make more sense to go with this. But if you can get it below 40, I might take my chances and just kind of customize the truck on my own. But if you like your stuff stock and you want to be covered by the warranty and, you know, the looks are great, then I say go ahead and just pay the extra money for it. I mean, 55 is like the new 40 anyway, with inflation and tariffs and blah, blah, blah. But I do like the steering feel here. I feel like this has one of the better steering feels. And again, that's one of the reasons people like these Tacomas. This is more of something that actually goes off-road compared to some of the other trucks from Chevy and Ford that have 4-wheel drive that's never used. Most people get these and they thrash them, and then once they get 250,000 miles on them, they sell them to somebody else so they can thrash it another 150,000 miles. So, and I've seen that. You might have seen my, what was it, like a 2008 Tacoma that was still running great, honestly. It just needed like brakes, or the steering was off or something. But it had 415,000 miles on it. It was still trucking. So I don't know if this will last that long, but if it's anything like the older ones, that's one of the reasons that these are so tried and true. These hold up very well if history repeats itself, just in terms of being on the same frame and all of that there, the original engine, original transmission. But I'm gonna put it into sport mode. We're gonna test her out. Here we go. Oh. At least I'll be able to do another pull. Here we go. So I mean, the powertrain is pretty responsive, pretty strong from a, you know, a power perspective. Gets up to speed with a quickness, I think. Now I want to give one more big thanks to John Roberts Toyota here in Manchester, Tennessee for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But the Safety Sense 3.0 here is really nice. I liked how that truck was getting off, and the adaptive cruise didn't slam on the brakes out of nowhere. It just was keeping that distance, and then as it got over, it was ready to go again. It wasn't just making me randomly stop in the middle of the roadway. But Toyota Safety Sense was always good, and it's evolved over the years to this 3.0 system, which is fantastic. But I think for the money, especially with the sale price here, you get a really nice truck. You get something that has a lot of options, even though it's not a, you know, top of the line limited or premium. It still has quite a bit on here with the heated seats, the single zone automatic climate control. Of course, you get that standard Safety Sense 3.0, and then just having the four-wheel drive here, it's got a lot on it. And I mean, mid-sized trucks are bringing 50 grand nowadays. That's just what it is. So the fact that this one's an off-road version just makes it that much better. And then just having the leather steering wheel. I love having the leather shifter here. The red push button start. It's just very tasteful how the truck was designed on the inside. Still feels like an older Tacoma, but in a good way. It feels like a very updated older Tacoma interior. And I think it's a pretty good truck, all things considered on paper, when you think of fuel economy, power output, the amenities, and what have you. So all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road.